What's up, guys? Chris from Eagle Ridge Homestead, and it's raining today, so not a whole lot I can do outside. And we're going to get some severe thunderstorms later, so I thought today's a good day to kind of roll out the new idea I've had for another series, which is shop time. So, I mean, I do a lot of various projects throughout the week, and from day to day, we need to build something, or it's just a project to build, and so today's is going to deal with my speed square. So for years and years, I've just, tossed it on the bench or left it laying on a table or a tailgate, or when I got this belt, just toss it in the top of that. And you see, it's not really a big tool belt. Problem is, like right now, I've got some screws in there. So trying to get to those while all the squares in there is impossible. Versus I can just reach in there now and grab a bunch. So what I want to do is come up with a holster, basically, for my rafter square. And there are products available on the market. Usually they're cloth or something that you run your string it along your belt, and it's just like a little cloth holster that you put it in. I'm not spending 40 bucks on that. Not when I've got ideas and time on my hands. So what I'm going to wind up doing is using this leftover PVC from the toolbox project, and we're going to make a notch, just a slot in it, the width of the blade. Okay, so the blade of this square obviously is much narrower. I'm trying to get that in focus, much narrower than the plate. And what the idea is to allow the plate to slide down inside the PVC. The blade's going to be sticking out, and we'll run a notch that will stop, and then we'll cut it off just slightly below that, to where this can now holster the rafter square. And I'm going to make a belt clip out of an old broken hacksaw blade. So it's going to be a good day. Let's get started. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to talk about is shop safety. Be sure to read, understand, and follow all the safety rules that come with your power tools. Knowing how to use your power tools properly will greatly reduce the risk of personal injury. And there is no more important safety rule than to wear these safety glasses. Now we can get started. So, basically, I have this PVC, right? It's 3/4 inch diameter. And what I want to do is take the length of this rafter square, okay, and I'm going to mark it. Let's turn this. I'm going to mark where that is with the head of the square flush. Okay, so I've got that mark. Now I'm going to come down slightly below that, probably a finger's width, and make another mark. That's where I need to cut it. So let's get out the hacksaw. In your safety stuff, you should also know how to use your hand tools as well. All right, just for the ease of videography and workmanship, I'm going to clamp this down or make a cut. Okay. I have plenty left over. If anybody wants to send me $9.95 at the end of this video and postage and handling, you can have your very own redneck, cheap, super thrifty rafter square holder. All right, so now we've got our length established, and we still have that line right here, which I'm just going to take and make a basic notation of, kind of all the way around. Although I'm going to be working with, this side here. But I'm going to make a basic notation. Okay. So as long as you don't cut a hole this freaking wide, you're fine. You want it to be just big enough to encompass. I think this is 1/8 of an inch. Let's verify that. That is exactly 1/8 of an inch. So for me, I'm probably going to go 3/16. So it's just slightly bigger, so it has ease of access in and out. And to do that, I'm going to use my wife's brand new, still in the box Dremel that she doesn't know I went and stole from her. So let's get started. Stable. Okay. And I'm going to take, and it's very hard to do this where you can see it without somebody else operating the camera. I'm basically just going to draw a very rudimentary line to where I can kind of see. Let's switch to a pencil. I'm going to draw a very rudimentary line where you can kind of see what would be the rough outline. This does not have to be perfect by any means. Alright, let's put our eyes and ears on and cut this out. If you have your volume up, turn it down now. Let's reposition. We'll get this last little bit cut out. Again, it does not have to be perfect, and this one by no means is it perfect. So now we've got this pretty well cut out, except down there at the bottom. So I'm just going to keep pushing it up while it's still warm. Lay it right over. I'm going to take my hacksaw and cut it right off. Okay. Goes in the trash. Let's wipe the bench off a little bit. dust my hands off a little bit. And now you can see the idea that it just slides right in. Okay, so what I initially was going to do was use a piece of a broken hacksaw blade. Well, while I was digging for the screws, I found this, which is actually the belt clip off of an old broken tape measure that I saved for some reason, and today I know why. So what I'm going to do is figure out exactly where I want that positioned, probably likely towards the top, something like that, you know, to where it's up by the top there. And I'm going to drill a small pilot hole and put a screw in that. So let's just make a little notation of where I want it. We'll take the square out. I'm going to put a piece of sacrificial lumber down just in case. Rigid power tools, just saying. If any of my subs want to point out to them that I exclusively use rigid and Stanley tools, that would be fine. If they want to send me a paycheck or some free tools, I would love to demonstrate them. And we're going to try to make it just a small pilot hole. Okay. Remove the sacrificial lumber. Clean that up a bit. We'll get our Stanley screwdriver. Put the screw through the belt holder. Gosh, it's so weird to try to make it where you guys can see it and still be able to do what I need to do. I'm doing this with a hand screwdriver because I don't want to overpower it and I don't want to strip out the hole if I were using a power driver. The problem with this particular screw is it's not pointed. But I don't want to make a bigger hole. I'm going to have to make a bigger hole. Crud. I'm not even going to edit that out. I'm going to leave that in. I fully believe in, how big is the threads? So if you ever need to match, take the shank of the bit and match it to the shank of the screw. That's how I do it anyway. Now, I do believe in showing, you watch This Old House or, you know, these home improvement shows, and they never show you their missteps. They never show you their mishaps. I don't shy away from it because I'm just a guy in a cruddy little shed making a cruddy little speed square holder out of some salvaged parts, wearing his glasses because he can't see where everything is. Why will that not go in there? I think that'll be a big part of shop time too, is I'm going to show you my frustrations and my trials and tribulations. Here we go. And how I overcame them. So like that, I just had to change the position of the PVC and I got a better grasp on it there. Okay. So now we got a belt clip. Now we have our speed square, rafter square, whatever, holster with a belt clip. That cost me 30 minutes of my time. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy shop time. And as always, it's going to be a good day.